Today I fucked up by ignoring a debt collector. This didn't actually happen today, but was over a long period of time. However, the consequences caught up to me today. About a year and a half ago I had some financial difficulties, ran up a lot of debt, and was unable to even make minimum payments. After several failed attempts to reach an agreement, a credit card company, I stopped taking their calls and it eventually went to a collection agency. Since I couldn't afford any payments, I ignored their calls as well. Fast forward to today, when a member of the sheriff's department comes to my place with a civil summons from the aforementioned collection agency. So now I have 30 days to come up with a stupid amount of money in order to settle out of court or take my chances and try to defend myself in court. Moral of the story: do not ignore collection agencies. Too long didn't read. I ignored a collection agency for a long time and now they're suing me. For how many years were they attempting to collect the debt? If credit card debt, there's a statute of limitations and some debt collectors ignore them and sue even after the debt is dead. The statute varies by state. Been at least a year. I'm in North Carolina. My brother's girlfriend ran into the same kind of thing like 10 years ago and she had to go to court. She was dumb and said she agreed to pay it and they are still hounding her to this day. Fight it. You could come out owing very little if you can prove you weren't in a position to make the minimum payments, or end up owing nothing. Most credit card companies have recordings of your conversations. Ask for them. Good luck. I did that a while ago when I was an early 20-something. Ended up having to file for bankruptcy and only just now have I built my credit up enough to qualify for a mortgage. It's been nearly 12 years. RIP to your credit and ability to do anything involving money. Same shit happened to me last month. After a year of being pursued by my university for not paying a semester, they sued me. A week before Christmas an enforcement agent turned up and requested crazy amounts of money I didn't have, so I had to declare myself bankrupt so they couldn't take the possessions in my family home. Funny enough, I feel like a massive weight is off my chest now. Yeah, that's how that goes. If you have a job, you can expect your wages to be garnished if you lose. Figured as much. Today I fucked up by not realizing how much a phone microphone picks up. This has happened over a long period of time, but I only learned about it recently. I always go outside to take phone calls while I'm at work. I don't want anyone to interrupt me and I don't want my talking to bother anyone else. Well, when you're around people, there are some things that aren't considered appropriate in a professional setting. So when I go outside to take a phone call, I always let off the gas that's been building up while I've been at my desk. My lady friend called, I went outside, ripped one, and it smelled bad, so I said, "Man, that was a judgment error." I expected her to ask what I meant because she had no idea what I was talking about. I was wrong. She said, "Why, does it stink?" I asked if she heard it, and she confirmed that yes, she did. It sounded like a rusty door hinge. As for the FU, I've taken or made calls with whole array of people: insurance, banks, tech support, customer service, friends, co-workers. And now I'm sure they've all had to listen to my flatulence and were too polite or professional or embarrassed to say anything about it. Too long didn't read. I have a habit of farting while I'm outside on the phone, and I only recently learned the microphone can hear it clear as a bell. Damn, you got me with the rusty door hinge. Rusty door hinge, this is gold. Hate to tell you, but phone microphones can actually hear your thoughts. Several times I've merely thought about some random item and then minutes later went on FB or YouTube and behold, there is an advertisement for the very item I had been thinking about. And yet somehow, I, a dude, repeatedly got YouTube ads for tampons that discuss how they think the best applicator is your finger, but they're now including an applicator. For years. They're gone now. But absolutely just not a product I'll ever need. Now I'm getting ads that say the world needs gamers, superior DNA advertising gaming PCs, which might just be simultaneously the most insulting and nonsensical ad I've ever seen. Lol, little did you know they were in awe of your ability to genuinely gafe. At least from their perspective, smile. BTW, I had this happen when I was online gaming with my son and his friends and they called me out on it, lol. I just acted like I didn't care and that was that. That's a good point. Should have played it like it was an alpha move. Today I fucked up by sleeping naked. So early yesterday night I was uncomfortable and kept thinking, why am I uncomfortable? So I took off my clothes. I felt comfortable and rolled myself up in my blankets like a mummy and drifted off to sleep. Then I had a dream I was in some type of anime with weapons for handling and catching monsters. But the monster we were up against was a golden Mewtwo, but not just any Mewtwo. One that is a mix between Alakazam and Mewtwo, both being the strongest and smartest monster. He decided to turn invisible and in my dream I hit him and I felt it. He was trying to crush my nuts. Felt it and I was waking up. Why am I waking up? This is a new experience but not a bad one since it's a dream. Then as my dream crossed into blurry eye vision I saw I was snapping my fingers as my hands were reaching for my huevos. Not just snapping with sound but the kind when you put your index fingers together and spread your thumb out. Thumbs up, so it kind of looks like this, a pointing finger, and imagine it closing in on itself fast enough to make your dry ass hand make a friction noise and you got to on them coming for you, precious eggs in between you legs hanging for a human bag. And I started freaking out but couldn't do anything since I was paralyzed and it was like being on a train waiting for you to fall off a cliff. Then right when my eyes got in blurred I was able to stop my hand from squeezing my nuts into peanut butters. And now I learned my lesson to sleep with at least underwear on. TL, doctor, today I fucked up by dreaming of fighting a golden Mewtwo and him retaliating by grabbing my balls in the dream, then waking up to myself about to squeeze the shit out of my balls. Why is this so funny? Man, I'm glad somebody else experienced something like this too. The most vivid dream feeling I have ever had in my life was when I dreamed about someone trying to crush my balls. I couldn't even breathe for like 10 seconds after I woke up. Brains are fucking weird, man. Mewtwo won that battle, just so you know. Mewtwo used Vice Grip. It hurt itself in its confusion. R.I.P. Pokeballs.